What cracks me up is that for the last 4 years, the press has got it completely wrong. Did they get it wrong because they're stupid? No. They got it wrong because they have absolutely no interest in actually understanding those who they disagree with. They're not interested in truth, and their only desire is to make their opposition out to sound like Nazis. So for 4 years, we've heard this terrible danger of growing nationalism. If it was nationalism, it wouldn't be a threat to the left. What we've seen over the last several years, especially under Trump and started before Trump, is not a rise in nationalism. We've seen a rise in patriotism. They're related, but they're also quite different. See, nationalism is about blood and soil. It's people loving their country simply because it happens to be their country, and they would never take arms up against it. So lefties, you'd be perfectly fine if nationalism was the deal. Now, patriots are a whole different matter. See, patriots love America because of the ideas that founded it, the ones we just talked about in the Declaration, and the things enumerated in the Bill of Rights, and the government established in the Constitution. We will take up arms to defend those ideas and those principles. And we'll take up arms to defend those principles and ideas even against our national government. So, again, what do you think the founders were doing? They were fighting against their government for those principles. So those descendants of them, those who share their spirit, are the people on the right. The Democrat Socialists, on the other hand, they don't see the individual as sovereign. They don't see these principles as sovereign. They don't even see God as sovereign. They rely and follow the state. All that nonsense about the flag. Patriots don't fight for our flag because we're worried about a cloth or we're worried about colors. We fight for what it represents. And if it ceases to represent those ideals of life, liberty, and individual rights and responsibility to control our own destiny, patriots will fight against those colors. Now, I took an oath several times in both the military and as a police officer not to defend arbitrary edicts from a governor. Not at all. Not to defend land. No. I took an oath to defend our Constitution. Against whom? Here's the important part. All enemies. Foreign and domestic. And of all the enemies I've seen in my life, Islam is a threat. But not nearly the threat that Marxism, progressivism, liberalism, socialism, whatever you want to call it, leftism is the single greatest threat to the Constitution and to our American way of life. Now, it's very important to you police officers out there. Some of you still watch this. Patriots, by and large, have been backing you big time. Back the blue. We're all behind you. But with this COVID shutdowns and all these different things that are going, if you cease to uphold that oath that you took to defend the Constitution, then the patriots will cease to back you.